What's wonderful about this type of gathering is that we have so many different community members coming together, not just from the school community, but we all, not just from the district school community, but we also have Nicole Martini from Equality Charter School with us. Just want to recognize her. We're all working together for the children in our community and trying to make sure that they have the best education possible. The other thing I also want to bring to your attention is this is an election year, not just for the President of the United States, but for the Community Education Council. So if you would like an opportunity to work alongside many of my esteemed colleagues here, alongside the superintendent and alongside the district family advocate, that's an opportunity this June to become a member. I have some information here, both in English and in Spanish, on how to go about putting in your name to be nominated for the position. I can tell you, after several years of serving with the Community Education Council, that I find it a very fulfilling endeavor, that if you love serving your community, if you love education, if you love children, that this is definitely a position that will challenge you in many ways and also be a very fulfilling one in that you know that you can continue to make a difference in the lives of children. It's the next level of engagement beyond just beyond the PTA, beyond the district president's council, beyond being district Title I chair. It's all-encompassing and engaging. And if you'd like to know a little bit more about how the council works, I will encourage you to begin to attend Community Education Council meetings so that you will have a good idea of the type of work that the Education Council does. And there's no way to really know what that experience is like unless you are engaged in that endeavor. So I'm encouraging you to, if you know parents who would be willing to serve, parents who would like to serve at this level, please encourage them to come out to the meetings. The meeting, our Education Council usually meets the second Thursday for business meetings, and then Tuesday. So it's the second Tuesday of every month at PS 121, which is where our district office is located. And the third Tuesday of every month, and that is we usually try to get around to as many schools as possible to have our meetings. If you're interested, please, I believe the applications are online, and I have some information here. I'm going to leave them at the desk with Vanessa. As part of the council, you'll have the opportunity to work with this wonderful administrative assistant. Vanessa, would you please wave to everyone? Vanessa, all together. I mean, her assistance has been invaluable to me as the president of the CEC. So, Vanessa, thank you very much. I know I'm saying it, but I will continue to say I can't give you any more money, any more work. But please know that you're appreciated for everything that you do. So I'm going to leave these with her. They're both in English and Spanish. So now that I have that part of the business out the way, the first item on our agenda is about the Bronx Fathers Taking Action initiative from the Office of the Bronx Borough President. And I'm going to invite Monica Major to the podium to introduce the speakers.
Hi, Monica.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I say my hello. I think the guys can speak for themselves, but mostly I just wanted to let you know that this is something that's near and dear to the Borough President's office. The movement towards engaging more fathers into the schools and to bring them into the community to bring up programs and so forth so that we can all work together, and also to get some of them on the CECs and parents associations. So in your individual schools, we're hoping that you are reaching out to the fathers to recruit them. So I will introduce the co-chairs, who one gentleman we all know is Ron Hartridge, who is the parent coordinator of the and Felix Blanco, who is a community activist in the Bronx.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to History Part 2. Don't worry, I got a principal, so I know how to stop. All right. I first want to thank Monica from the bottom of my heart. I came across the CEC some time ago as parent coordinator at PS 153, and what got me first is that I seen this tireless energy being put out on behalf of parents, who I am a parent of a child who's in District 11 as well. And when Monica took the helm, because it seemed like it was up and down a little bit at first, but once Monica took the helm, it just seems like a lot of positive things started happening in this particular district. And obviously she left some good people in the seats behind, and they just stepped right up. It's almost like unless you knew Monica, you don't know the difference, because this thing is just moving forward. And it is something that's huge in all of us here, and I do encourage everybody to please keep coming out and supporting this particular CEC as well as all the rest of them throughout the Bronx and the rest of the city. My name is Ron Hartridge. Again, I'm from PS 153 in Cobb City. I am an original parent coordinator, like a couple of us here. How many original?
You said original.
And of course, my dear friend Peggy. Any event, we were just sitting down with one of my colleagues here, and it's something that I've always recognized is that, and it's not a plight, but we do need to engage more dads to get them out here. And what we're starting to understand from this particular initiative is that a lot of dads want to do this work, but we're caught up in courts, we're caught up working, we're caught up where nobody taught us how to be a parent. And it's not to say that women you have it any easier, it's just that you take to it a lot quicker and with better results than we may do at times. I'm proud to say that when I took the parent coordinator position, I came in with my then kindergarten child, my last one, and she is now a freshman at Pelham Prep. And every year I talk about how I'm getting out of here, but let me tell you something, every year that I do this, I just get something more. And I do thank all of you guys for your support in advance, because we need your help. That's why we're up here, and we definitely want to pass it around throughout the Bronx. Any event, I'm going to move and let my co-chair come up and say a little bit about what we do with the borough president.
Buenos días. Gracias por la invitación. Alegro estar aquí con ustedes y compartir esta mañana. Thought maybe I throw a little Spanish at it. Yeah, better than doing it.
That's a good one. That's one for YouTube right there. It's better than me.
For those who don't know me, let me take this time to introduce myself. My name is Felix Leo Campos. I'm a Boricua from El Barrio, living in the boogie down. All right, and I'm a former teacher and a proud dad of 5, 3 boys, 2 girls. I think we got like 2 retired athletes, and I'm very proud to be a dad. Amen. I'm very honored to be a dad. Amen. One of the issues that I bring up here, like Brother Ron, is the privilege to choose to be a dad and to bring these lives into this world, even if it's under my household. But in terms of Bronx Fathers Taking Action, let me say that the Bfta was launched in March of 2012 by the Bronx Borough President, the Honorable Ruben Diaz, and it began with a plenary that was held in the rotunda of the Bronx County Courthouse, in which the Borough President facilitated a panel discussion. with distinguished guests, and then led a discussion with fathers from all over the city. The BP heard many concerns and issues from the men in the audience, and from that discussion, an advisory committee of which both of us, along with Brother Kenneth Alexander, Dr. Robert Smith, and Wilfredo Pagan, among others, were chosen to head this advisory committee. Now I gotta find my place. Comprised of fathers who expressed a general concern of those present and formed a movement in the borough and to develop a cohesive voice and fathers' agenda that the Bronx Borough President can address.
In moving forward, we first sought out to have a little bit of an identity, and with that, with everything that we all do here, especially if you're at school, we came up with a mission statement that had to vigorously be approved. But nonetheless, in keeping with the Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr.'s vision of uplifting the institution of fatherhood, this committee of Bronx Fathers will focus proactively on engaging, empowering, educating, and encouraging fathers. Our objective is to enlighten and advocate for fathers in our borough and facilitate a path towards productive fatherhood. Our goal is to provide resources, new relationships, and to reinforce fathers as a positive role model. Touche to that one. The borough president has charged this committee to restore the image of fatherhood while responsibly and respectfully, take advantage of the privilege of being called a dad. And that is something that's very dear and close to my heart. I lost my dad at 11 years old. I basically was anybody's child, I felt, as we moved along. But I always looked and leaned toward men. And Ruben Diaz, who is, I am his senior, I look at him in that respect too, because he was a father well before I was. Because he was a young dad himself. But with this mission, we're here before you guys today as resources to your prospective communities and schools to let you know that we are a viable resource to now tap into. We want to make sure that while we do not have every single answer, that we can provide another avenue to at least have the conversation. Because I know a lot of you folks in your schools, like it happened in my school, even while I was there, we just don't have this conversation. So therefore, a whole group and a whole demographic just falls between the cracks. And we see the end results when we look at these babies every day. You know, they need both of us, they need all of us, and they need that community sense that goes along with parenting to reemerge within this particular borough. As I stated in the beginning, this is history part 2. I did not mean the election. I mean that now, thanks to the Borough President's office, there is another arm and outlet that is posed to strike. So please be the iron that we can wield, and let us know what we can do for you. And on that note, we do have a sign-in sheet at our table. Please make sure to put your information down. Parent coordinators, we do have your information. If you have a different contact, please make sure we have that as well.
Some of the past, the present, and the future activities that Bfta is looking to be involved in, has been involved in, is involved in, are collaborations with other men organizations, state and city agencies to address, represent, support, and advocate on behalf of fathers. And some of the things that we have participated in and will participate in and are participating in include, but not exclusively, the anti-violence march that was sponsored by Dare to Dream back in, was it April?
Yeah.
The Bronx Borough President's Peace on the Streets rally at Forest Houses. For those of you who might live in the neighborhood, you might remember some of us. The Bronx Borough President's Literacy and Health Fair at Evander Child Campus, and the National Night Out event at Co-op City. What we plan for the future is an anniversary event during the month of March 2013, and hopefully the Mayan calendar is wrong. They got away. Lobbying for legislation that recognizes the importance of fathers in the lives of children. A Bill of Rights for fathers that recognizes men as equal parents. And we also want to thank CEC 11 as we look forward to partnering with you, your District 11, individually and as a group, or any combination thereof. Just leave your names, addresses, and phone number in Brother Kenneth Alexander's little black book. I mean, his signing sheet. I don't want to get you in trouble. And we'll be glad to reach out and network with everyone here. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
In closing, and I'd be remiss not to acknowledge some of the people that do a lot of stuff within the community. Johnny, I know there's other groups out there. Please stay on my way. We do want to make sure that everyone here is recognizing, no matter how big or how small, that Dad's program may be in your community, school, or church. We need to start rallying to understand who we are serving out there, and we'd like to start from that perch first. So if there are some groups that we're not aware of, please make sure that we have a contact so at least we can have a conversation with them as well. Our goal is to be as strong as we can, and we don't want to leave anybody out, okay, just so you do know. On a final note, please get out and vote, because in this particular district, brothers, excuse me, because I live here, in this particular district, there are some very important decisions that need to be made. And we need to make sure that whoever gets in, they speak to events like this, organizations like the CEC, and anything for the betterment of our families, especially in representing our children. We do need to move forward with that very proactively. We got to stop hating. We got to stop talking about people. And we got to start uplifting to understand what it is we can do. And if it's just to shut up, then let's all be quiet. But if we have a voice, let's make sure that it is positive. I thank you very much. I thank you, CEC. And I'm sorry, I did not mention my superintendent, who I dearly love. And I have to make sure, because you know next to that I was going to say about Miriam, because we all love Miriam. Everybody who's been a parent coordinator definitely knows that we need support. On that note, all of the newer parent coordinators in the room, I got to tell you, your best friend is resource. So please tap in and don't leave us older guys out. We know a lot of stuff, man. We've been through it. I thank you very much. You guys have a blessed day. Vote, 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 and definitely support our CEC. Thank you so much.
Good job, man.
Thank you so much, Ron and Felix, for your word. I believe that everyone in here is on board with fathers being more involved in their children's lives. Yes. Am I the only one? Thank you. So please, before you leave, make sure that you do sign up, give your information so that we can engage fathers, because there's so many things that are going on in our schools where we need fathers playing their proper role in the lives of their children. And I'm sure that every PA, every parent coordinator, every teacher that's in the room, every administrator that's in the room, every community representative that's in the room can come up with ways to contribute to the idea of building fathers, building their desire, not that they don't have a desire, but showing them the ways that they can really be engaged with their children. I have some information I want to share before we go on to what our superintendent has to offer. I have received these reports. A Portrait of Inequality, 2012, both black children in America and Hispanic children in America. I got associated with my job and what I do for a living, but I thought it was important to share it here. So this report was done by the by the Children's Defense Fund, and it's a national report. I just want to share a few things with you.
It's not the article you have.
No, you don't have it in front of you. Sorry. This is something I wanted to share with you. On early childhood development and school readiness, Black children fall behind early on. At 9 months, Black babies score lower on measures of cognitive development than white babies. At 24 months, the gap in cognitive development has more than tripled between Black babies and white babies. At age 4, Black children score significantly less behind white children in their proficiency in letter, number, and shape recognition. Black infants and toddlers spend more time on average watching television daily, are less likely to have regular meal times, and have far fewer books than white children. The achievement gap. Black children continue to fall farther and further behind as they progress throughout school. At 4th grade, 84% of Black public school students cannot read at grade level, and 83% cannot do math at grade level. This is a national report. In 8th grade, 86% of Black public school students cannot read at grade level, and 87% cannot do math at grade level. Black students score the lowest of any racial ethnic student group on the ACT and SAT college entrance exams. High school dropouts. 64% of Black students graduate from high school within 4 years of starting 9th grade, compared to 82% of white students. Hispanic children. At 9 months, there are no significant differences between Hispanic and white babies in terms of cognitive development, but by 24 months, a large gap develops, with Hispanic babies scoring lower than white babies. At age 4, Hispanic children score significantly behind white children in their proficiency in letter, number, and shape recognition. Hispanic infants and toddlers are less likely to have regular meal times and have far fewer books than white children. On average, Hispanic children arrive at kindergarten and or 1st grade with lower levels of school readiness than white children. Achievement gap. Hispanic children continue to fall further and further behind as they progress throughout school. In 4th grade, 82% of Hispanic public school students cannot read at grade level, and 76% cannot do math at grade level. In 8th grade, 82% of Hispanic public school students cannot read at grade level, and 80% cannot do math at grade level. Hispanic students score lower than all other racial ethnic groups except Black students on the ACT and SAT college entrance exams. High school dropouts. 66% of Hispanic students graduate from high school within 4 years of starting 9th grade, compared to 80% of white students. Why are we here? Why do we have these initiatives, father initiatives? Why do we have PTA meetings? Why do we get together as a community? So that we can make sure that our children are achieving at the same level as every other child in this nation. Mm-hmm. It is a struggle, and I know from the silence of this room that you cannot be surprised. But you can see that there's so much more work that we have to do. And we cannot do it alone, and we cannot do it in our silos. We have to do it as a community.
Amen.
And that means in sharing resources and sharing ideas and working together. And the only way that can be achieved is if we can get together in a room like this in order to do that. We have to meet more often. So sometimes it seems to be such a stress on your schedule, on your personal lives, to come to meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. And I can tell you for one that Vanessa asked me to put together a report this week about what my schedule was for the month, so we can turn that in. And I can tell you, probably this month I've been to about 6 to 8 different meetings. And that's not just our regular CDC meeting. It's a lot of work. But I believe that in the faces of our children, it's worth the effort. And I believe that all of you who are sitting here also believe that. So I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate the time that you've taken today to come and listen to what we have to share today. our superintendent is going to come and she's going to share with us a lot of information. And I would implore you to take that information back to your schools and share it with all your constituents, both your parents and your school staff, everyone working together, because that's the only way we're going to close the achievement gap.
Amen.
It's not just about what the VP's initiatives are, it's not just what the mayor's initiatives are, it's what our initiatives are. And we all have to take responsibility for all our children. So thank you for listening to me. This is just one report. I'm sure there's several reports out there. The mayor has his own brand of report. But this is like a national, non-political body that looks into this information. And I just want to share that with you. And it was quite sobering. It was quite sobering when I read that. And I know that in District 11, we definitely want to make a difference. And we hope that that difference spreads throughout the Bronx. So with that, I would like to turn over the mic to our superintendent. Please put your hands together for us.